Welcome to part 2 of the 2-bumper build on my 2010 Toyota Tacoma. That's all sassed, 3-link, 40, 3rd gen converted. You know the deal. Anyways, I've gone ahead and mocked up this side of the bumper. As you can see, we've got that tube coming over around the corner, and then we got another tube going down to there, tying it all together. That end still needs to get lobbed off. You get the idea. My process to filming things is I kind of do one side and then film the other on stuff that I'm really not certain about or know how it's all going to come together. This side, I pretty much got dialed in first time, so let's work on the other. The first chunk of tube we need is to come off of there, 35-degree angle, and around the corner. This side plate is the exact same thing that we made last week, except this time to support the side wings of the bumper. Speaking of side wings of the bumper, on this build, I'm trying my best to have absolute minimum straight pieces of tube. I feel like the look of bent tube overall just is better than straight pieces all over the place, which is kinda how I did the bumper on the 89, and we're just trying something different here and seeing how it turns out. Ooh, that's nice and light. On the truck, the bumper was pretty much just tacked in place. The reason I pulled it off of the truck here is to give it a full weld out. And while the bumper was off, I went ahead and capped all of the tubing so that water, snow, gravel, whatever does not get inside of the bumper, rattle, or cause rust in the future. The process I use for painting this bumper is pretty well the same that I did with the rooftop tent rack in the last episode. I gave it a coat of primer, waited for it to dry a bit, and then finished it off with some rubberized texture coating. We've got the winch reinstalled. The control box used to be in the center, but that was back when the winch was down lower and further forward. So now this control box does not clear all of this junk in here, so it had to get offset. We added some bracing to the cradle here. There is a straight piece coming from here, straight back, welded to the frame back there. It's capped off here. Plus we added these corner braces here to try to stop the front face of it from deflecting while winching. And that same bracing, of course, is carried over to this side. We also painted this with the same material that we painted the bumpers, so it should all just blend and look like one piece. Let's toss that guy on and take a look. That has got to be the cleanest bumper that I've built so far. And I've built a few. I built the one on that 4Runner. I built the one on the pickup. I built the rear one on this truck. And each build, slowly after time, I think I'm getting better. So don't be afraid to go out, make your own bumpers, sliders, whatever. And over time, you'll probably get better too. Next, we're moving on to something that has been wrong with this truck ever since I bought it. And that is this mirror. It is kind of destroyed. This company called Suma Performance reached out to me on Instagram and asked if they could send me their mirrors, so let's check them out. Yep, those are mirrors. Wow. Those are nice mirrors. I don't see any instructions here in the box, but I did ask for the heated mirror option. So not only are these an upgrade because they're not broken, they're nice and clear, but we'll have some heated mirrors for the winter. There's no instructions, but it does look pretty easy to install. By the looks of it, there is a clip there, and some slidey bits there. So if I had to guess on the factory mirror, I just have to pry it out from the bottom and then pull it straight down. Let's give that a shot. Starting with the broken mirror, because what am I gonna do? Break it worse? Oh. Well, yeah, that's pretty well exactly what I thought it was gonna do. These metal tangs don't exist on the replacement. I'm assuming I have to move them over. Can confirm, the spot for them exists here, they just aren't on it, so I gotta move those guys over. Slide that guy in, slide the other one in. I'm trying to decide whether I want to pull the mirror apart to fish some wires in right now, or do I consider that a future Clinton problem? Because it's spring, don't need heated mirrors for, well, at least 6 months. Nah, future Clinton will totally get to that. That guy's really hard to get in these clips. I'm gonna break it if I push any harder, so I'm taking a file and opening these up slightly. I think that's a win. Well, I did a dumb. Turns out that this mirror on the passenger side of my Tacoma is a cheapo aftermarket one, and the mounting mechanism for it is completely different. And in the process of removing the glass, I completely destroyed this mechanism. And the Sumo mirror would not have worked on this mirror anyways. So now, unfortunately, I am out of mirror. So why upgrade to these Sumo mirrors? Well, in my case, it was pretty easy because this one is smashed, other than the fact that I destroyed the other side. But they also have other features. They are a wide-angle convex mirror so that it reduces your blind spots. And obviously, I didn't hook it up, but you can option out your mirrors to have heating elements so that you can keep them defrosted in the winter. Suma also makes mirrors that have a blue finish to them, but I didn't go for that option. I like the look of just a clear mirror personally. But if you guys want to check them out, I'll leave a link in the video description down below. And I think that's all we got time for in this week's episode of Dirt Garage. I freaking love this bumper. I think it complements the look of this truck so much more than the old one did. It went from looking like a truck that belongs at the mall to looking like a truck that can actually handle some rocks. And I am excited. Anyways, if you guys do me a huge favor, hit that thumbs up button. And hey, consider subscribing. We upload weekly Toyota, building, wheeling, and off-roading content. Anyways, we'll catch you next week. Peace.